Okay. Um, can we start a new video series? It's actually not a homeland, but as I explained in my previous video, we're going to be looking into Azure, Microsoft Azure networking and related services. Today, we're going to start with Azure VNET, Virtual Net. That's the base of all these services. So it's a sort of a network in Azure Cloud, like we had our own premises network. We got switches, routers, computers, cabling, and everything in our on-premises network. Azure created us for a cloud network. So we're going to looking into some of the properties which um, it consists of. And as we have, I think most of you guys have experience in on-premises network. So we use on-premises network various different type of devices, sort of a physical. And if we have a look in our networks in on-premises, we got physical cabling, and then layer 2 switches, and then for the routing layer 3 switches. This network VNet is in a cloud. So I've got a diagram in as you can see. So we call it a VNet, virtual network. So it's actually uh, in a regional. So VNet, if you create a VNet, is going to be a regional. So Azure got so many regions everywhere in the world. Like let's say an example, if you get a one region called East US or something in somewhere else, say you get something in some other countries, might be something in Europe, so something in America, so something in Asia, and different places. They have data centers, regions, and so initially, so we need to create a resource group. So under that resource group, we need to create a virtual network. So under virtual network, then you can have different subnets. So as in the picture, you can see subnet 1 and then subnet 2. And inside these subnets, we can uh, locate services like virtual machines, load balancers, various different services. If you go to Azure portal, you can see so many services. And also, we got availability zones as well in Microsoft Azure. So availability zones, you got each region different zones. So zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3, they are for redundancy. So if you are deploying a service, you can apply to a number of zones. You can apply to one zone without redundancy, or you can apply to two zones, three zones, like you get a different redundancy that you can have. So what we're going to do when we usually renaming these ones, we can rename just like I mentioned in here, like VNets. So this is, I call it head office, and then the region is US. What you have in their servers, VNet. So this is, let's call head office is US servers VNet. So it's a purpose. I put my head office servers in virtual net I created in E2S. So just like an example, it's not a hard and pass role, but to identify easily, you can rename something like that, right? And then inside the VNet, so if you go more further under subnets, so you can have network security groups. So this is like a firewalling sort of things for each individual subnet or each individual network card. So you can apply network security groups. And also, when you're creating subnets, VNet got sort of their own routing, like system routing. So it creates system routing. So you can't change the system routing, but you can create routing tables as shown in figure 2 and then associate these routing tables into a different VNets. By using these routing tables, you can uh, control routing. You can override Azure VNet's default system routing. And you can, like an example, if you want to put like in a network virtual appliance, like a, let's say Linux machine with the IP tables firewall or something like that, and then you can create a routing table, and you can create that PC in one of the subnet, and they can you can direct all the traffic go out through a VNet through that network virtual appliance. So that's one of the possibility we're going to do it in the future. One of the video, I'm going to create a Linux PC with the IP audio neighbors, and we'll see whether we can create another two subnets and then direct traffic through that one using a routing table. So today, the other thing is also they can they support both IVP4 uh, and in version 4 and version 6 both IP addresses. So today what we're going to do, we're going to create a one virtual PC with Duel-Stack. That's called Duel-Stack, which has both IP version 4 and IP version 6 IP addresses. So let's get it started. I think I'm going to use uh, sandbox environment to create these ones. Right? Right. So we are in our sandbox environment, and we going to use Azure Cloud Shell to create these machines. I've already got these things I'm going to create in my notepad. We're going to create one at a time, and while I'm making these resources, I will show you. So first, what we're going to do, we're going to open Cloud Shell. Today, I'm going to use Bash Shell, right? So if you go to view resources in the Azure portal, I don't have anything for the moment. So let me start Bash Shell. So no storage account required. So I'm going to select and purpose. So this is how I'm going to log into my Cloud Shell and portal. Okay, so it's clicking already. So okay, Cloud Shell, CLEAR, clear. Okay, it's cleared. All right, so I'm going to go into first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a VNet, right? So this is the first one we're going to execute. So that says Azure is the network we need to create. So I've got this resource group, and the location going to be East US, and this is called my VNET. So address prefixes. So it's going to create two different address prefixes, right? One is going to be version 4, and the second one is a version 6. If I quick have a look, this version 6, uh, so I've got this subnet calculator, right? Going to have a quick look at this. So this one, it will calculate subnet, right? This is a uh, so see that this many usable IP addresses like the version 6 you can create, right? So all depend on what is the mask bits, right? If you use something like mask bits um, 128, that's a calculate subnet, you can get only one usable address, right? Let's say you want to get a 256, right? Then I'm going to use 120. So because of these addresses 128 bytes, they are huge number of addresses. So if I use 120, you can get 256 usable addresses. Normally, sure gives you 64, right, to get these local addresses, right? So let's go back. Right. So this is going to create a Duel-Stack double addresses, this many, right? And then going to create a subnet name, my backend subnet, right? And then it's going to create two subnet prefixes. So one subnet is I version 4, and this is it. And then this one is going to create this subnet, right? Going to create this subnet. It's 64. So you got this many IP addresses available, right? Okay, all right. Let's let's go and execute this one, right? The first resource we're going to create is the virtual network, right? So, all right, we're creating. Okay, so I believe it's been created. So let's have to. Okay, so this comes up. My VNet. Right, so this one comes up. Right. So this is the virtual net that's been created. If you have a look at the space, so two address spaces, this one and this one as we said, and then you got a subnet. You got two subnets, right? So version 4, 10.0.0.0.0.24, and then you got version 6 addresses. There's more than 10,000. 10,000. Yeah, that's right. What is this? IPv6, right? Okay, so available IPv6. So this one, how many? We got 256 here, but only 200. The one of the other thing I want to tell you, just forget in Azure, if you create any subnet, you can't use first three IP addresses and last IP addresses. So first IP address take into as a network IP address, and then another two addresses they need to take for DNS resolution. The last address actually doesn't use for broadcast, but it's reserved as well. The last address So if you're looking into the minimum subnet in version 4 IP address, you can only use 29. So 29 means you're going to get 8 IP addresses, but uh, then you going to use first 3 IP addresses, last IP addresses. They can't use. So that's the smallest subnet. So you can use in this one, right? All right. So let's looking into next resource. So next resource, what we're going to create, we're going to create a public IP address for version 4. So see, I got public IP create, location is US, and name. I just selected 3 zones. I can use 3 zones allowed in my sandbox. So just going to create, doesn't matter. You don't need the 3 zones, but just going to use that because I can use it in my one. So been created, I think. We'll go to all resources. It's very quick. So public IP address version 4 is created. If you have a look, click in here, you can see IP address. All right, let's go to the next one. So then I'm going to create another IP address version 6. Same thing. Standard is standard one, right? And you got 2 IP address type. One is a dynamic, the other one is a static, right? So let's go back into this. This one that's going to create version 6 IP address. Was quick. Let's have a look at the resources. Refresh. Can't see yet. This is coming up here. Okay. So this is the public IP address. Right, version 6. Okay. Let me do CLEAR clear like Linux. Okay, let's go into the next one. What we're going to create a network card. So I'm going to create a nick, my nick one, and then it's going to assign public IP address IPv4 into that nick, right? Okay, so copy, paste. Alright, so it's created that IP address, right? This is okay. Resources. Okay. So my nick one network interface card, right? So it's already got my public IP, whichever I created some time ago. Okay, so let's go into the next one. So then I'm going to assign the IP version 6 IP address into that network card which we created. We copy. Let's see here. This one is assigning version 6 into configuration, my nick one. So we can't see anything in here, version 6 for the moment, right? If you refresh, should be able to see now version 6 IP address is assigned into that network card. So that network card got two IP addresses, four IP addresses actually. So you got private, public, version 4, private, public, version 6. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create virtual machines. Ubuntu, virtual machine, Ubuntu 22.04. Size B1S, a smaller size. So I only got B1S and B2S in this sandbox. So, and we're going to use, you can use SSH key pair, or we're going to use just username and password. So authentication type password, standard hard disk you're going to use. So it's not no redundancy. So it's going to apply to someone's copy. Okay, so we got this clear, and okay, we're gonna create virtual machine. Uh, Starting, running. Virtual machine should be ready very soon. All right, so since it's created, VM is running, is that? So if we go to all resources, refresh, right? So this is my VM. So the VM is running, right? Have to do one or two few more things, right? The other thing is what we're going to do is we just need to create a network security group. So call my NSG, and then I'm going to allow SSH because it's a Linux machine, and then I'm going to apply into this network security group into NIC1. So then it's apply, so we can see we can log in. So this is going to create. This is creating network security group. Right. 1, 2, clear. Okay. This create network security group. Right. Alright, so it's created now. We're going to create port for SSH port 22. Copy. 1, 2. Okay, so paste. What is coming up? Argument. What do you call network security group? Port ranges. Destination port range. Right. Can we see example range? All right. So let's have a look what is coming up. Almost zero grade. Next Maro priority. Address. What is coming up? All right, we can create this one there. What again? What is coming up? Unrecognized volume. VNET name, now we my VNET network security, my NSG. I think we created the my. Let's have a look. My NSG is created. Yeah, my NSG is there. This is my NSG. Oh yeah. Let's have a look one more time. Okay. All right. Let's go and have a look. So my NSG is already created, right? So I'm going to create an inbound role manually in here. Inbound security role, right? Add the role. Source any. Source port ranges. Destination. Destination is any attended service. It is SSH port 22. Already. Let's put private 1000. All right. Let's get involved. Add. So inbound read. So it's incoming. Right? It's allowed low, and then going to associate with network interfaces. It's going to associate this NSG. So my Nikon, that's the one. So it's just do it because the command came up with an error. So this one is associated with that inbound security rule. Right. So let's go back into my VM now. So we don't need this one anymore. Right. So now we can see. So we created this one, and then we assigned this one networking. So it's got a Duel-Stack. It means a 2 IP address here, right? So that's what it is. If you want to connect, you can connect. Try connecting through this one. Let's see, public IP address. Or you can try to connect with private IP address. Check access. Checking access. Cannot verify. Let's try this one. 51. Refresh. Alright, so check access. Cannot verify. Alright, let's try this address copy. Maybe it works or not. Who knows? Let's try. Open. Yeah. Set accept. Accept. Right. Login as. And show user. User. The password. Write the password. The password. The put is strong. Password. Let's see where we can copy this one. Copy. Yeah. Was able to log in. Right. My VM. Where my VM? Config. if config it doesn't work, I'm just trying to find out. So apt get install nettools. Let's try this one command because it doesn't have that command. I should see it. Repeat clear. If config, yeah, that's how we were. Local IP address. See that? 10.10.10. Right. Yeah, that's what it is. So we were able to log in into that remotely. Um, just going to exit out. Exit. All right. So I think this is how we are creating a dual. What do you call dual stack IP addresses in one of the virtual machines? If you go into virtual machine, you can see all those details. So we were able to log in as well. So um, I think this is for today's video. We're going to have a look into how DNS works in Azure VNET in the next video. So we're looking into a default DNS, and we're going to be looking into how we're going to use our own DNS inside the Azure VNet and all other stuff one at a time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in next video.